The Milwaukee Bucks added size to their front court on Thursday night, selecting John Henson out of UNC in the first round of the 2012 NBA Draft. The 6'10", 216-pounder brings considerable shot blocking and athletic ability into the mix, and Bucks GM John Hammond sees Henson as an important piece of the puzzle moving forward. Wisconsin hasn't had too many four-time state champions here in wrestling, but for the third time the last 4 years, Jared Denard has done just that, becoming the 12th four-time state champion in state history. More so than wins, losses, or any individual statistic, here at St. Catharines, Coach Lech emphasizes defense and the impact that it's had on the program over the years. With just over a month left before the 2012 NBA season tips off, the Milwaukee Bucks and their players are excited for their postseason chances this year, and they figure to improve a lot on defense, especially underneath the basket. As one of the top offensive linemen in Wisconsin, George Panos garnered a lot of recruiting attention from Division I schools. However, the decision to commit to UW as a high school junior wasn't a difficult one to make.
I'm born in Wisconsin, raised in Wisconsin. Dad played for Wisconsin, so it was really a no-brainer. I'm like a Wisconsin kid.
Whether it's his dad, who is also his line coach, the rest of the coaching staff, or his teammates, they're all in it together. As a leader up front for Arrowhead, Panos is dedicated to improving his on-field performance and soaking up all he can from the coaches off the field.
It's a work ethic. I can maybe think of one or two times when he wasn't in the weight room in the off season. He's just a good worker and a confident kid, and football confidence is everything.
If you're thinking this sounds familiar, you're not wrong. George's dad, Joe, played at Wisconsin and was an All-American in 1993. Regardless of how Arrowhead finishes their season, George will soon look to carry on a proud tradition of Wisconsin, not only of his father, but of exceptional in-state linemen as well.
It wasn't a foregone conclusion he was going to go to Wisconsin. It's just he's an offensive lineman from the state of Wisconsin, and that's where you go. Whether I went to school there or not, I don't think really matters. What matters is he's an offensive lineman from the state of Wisconsin, and the good ones go to UW.
But before he can make the move to Madison, George has only one goal on his mind: winning a state title with Arrowhead. For Sports 32, I'm Ted Sorensen. For the first time in his major league career, John Axford pitched in relief in the fifth inning of a game.
I think that's the earliest I've come in since I've been in the big leagues. So I got to see the sausage race from the dugout for the first time. It was interesting. They actually go a lot faster than you think.
And for the second straight day against the Cardinals, the crew's newest closer, Francisco Rodriguez, pitched out of a jam to get the save.
And I'm going to fight all the way to the end, so that's for sure. So I'm going to continue to fight.
Despite the role reversal in the bullpen, both K-Rod and Axford had nothing but praise for each other.
It was nice to see him once again bounce back. He was sharp, his command was good.
It was more heart-pounding sitting in the dugout than it is out there on the mound. Because I've been in those situations before, so I was, definitely rooting as much as I could for Frankie to get the job done, and it looks like he's bringing that mojo that we need back. Get ourselves into trouble and somehow get ourselves out of it. That's what I had all last year, and hopefully he's bringing that back to the ninth inning now.
The Brewers beat the Cardinals 4-3 on Wednesday afternoon, and K-Rod and Axford were both pleased with the way they pitched. The Brewers have now won 2 series in a row against NL Central opponents, and will look to make that 3 series in a row starting on Friday at Cincinnati. At Miller Park, I'm Ted Sorensen, WISN 12 Sports.
Big 12 Sports, presented by Menards.
The Pirates have not had a winning season since 1992, the last time they reached the playoffs. Pittsburgh will most likely finish with the winning record this season, but the Brewers could help determine the Pirates' postseason chances. Milwaukee took 2 out of 3 games in Pittsburgh this weekend, and they still have 6 games left with the Pirates. This afternoon at PNC Park, Mark Rogers was working in and out of trouble in the early innings for Milwaukee. Getting Travis Snyder to work out of the second, Rogers pitched 5 shutout innings. The Brewers were held hitless by Eric Bedard until the bottom of the 4th, and they started bashing the Pirates starter Carlos Gomez with a 2-out, 3-run homer for the first runs of the game. Gomez with a career-high 13 home runs. They scored 3 more runs in the 5th. Former Pirate Aramis Ramirez knocked Bedard out of the game with this 2-run homer, his 18th of the season, 6-0 Milwaukee. The bullpen struck out 6 Pirates in 4 innings, and the Brewers win 7-0, earning their first road series win since before the All-Star break.
Started letting the ball travel a little bit, get a little deeper on us, and we were able to, let it try to take it that way. So guys had some good at-bats, hit some big home runs, and we hopefully can keep that going.
I mean, after that series at home and come here and win 2 games, possibly 3. But last night, we lost again for 1 error. And come to Chicago and continue to play the game like Wayne and play for that goal. We have to get on 500.
The Packers have to make 10 roster moves by tomorrow afternoon's deadline. They cut 5 players Friday, including defensive lineman Anthony Hargrove. Green Bay's starting defense shut down the Bengals' first-team offense Thursday night in Cincinnati, holding starting quarterback Andy Dalton to just 5 of 17 passing for 40 yards, and they kept the Bengals starting unit out of the end zone. The highlight was a goal line stand late in the second quarter.
That's the type of things that you want to do, when you face with adversity, when you go on the field with your backs against the wall, you want to come out holding those guys to maybe a field goal or so, and we did that, so that was a good sign.
Oh, it felt good, and it just shows, we got a lot of versatility on our defense, man, so it don't matter who's in the game or who comes in, who comes out, you have to prepare for all of us, and so I think that's going to be to our advantage this year.
The Terrell Owens experiment in Seattle is over. The veteran receiver tweeted today that he has been cut by the Seahawks, possibly ending the comeback bid by the 38-year-old former Pro Bowler. Owens had as many drops as receptions during the preseason. Tempers flared in last night's NASCAR race at Bristol. Wisconsin driver Matt Kenseth was battling for the lead with defending Cup champ Tony Stewart on lap 332, and after plenty of bumping and banging, both drivers slid out into the wall. Stewart finished 27th, Kenseth 25th, and Tony wasn't too happy about it, slamming his helmet off Matt's car.
We were definitely faster than Matt after that restart. Checked up twice to not run over him, and I learned my lesson there. I'm going to run over him every chance I got from now to the end of the year, every chance I got.
You'll get that helmet back. Your aim was precise.
I don't give a crap. Hell with the helmet.
And finally, Tennessee's Brock Myers became the first American to hit a home run in 5 straight games in the Little League World Series. However, Japan wins the Little League World Series in a blowout, 12-2 in a game shortened due to the 10-run rule. That's all for sports. We'll be right back.